Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. About a great day. Today I'm dropping this studio video because I'm actually out on the road. I'm filming in some pretty incredible locations right now for new car reviews coming out your way, so stay tuned for that content. However, today I want to talk a little bit more about some of the markups that we are seeing all over the spectrum and what it's like buying this new Corvette. As I've explained in the previous videos, since the news is so hot, yes, we're talking a bit more about that new ZR1. I did end up canceling my Lamborghini Revuelto order because I'm pursuing different vehicles such as this new Corvette ZR1. I'm very excited about it. Today I want to talk to you a bit more about what it's actually taking to get this new ZR1 for the average person. I'm talking about anyone who is interested in this new car right now during this segment where it's just revealed, yet dealers don't really have allocations yet. Dealers don't really know how many they're going to get. Us buyers are kind of stuck in a unique position because we have to wait everything out, obviously, for when allocations come out. At the same time, if we wait too long, we're going to be way in the back of the line, falling back. We need to be able to be very quick and proactive when it comes to trying to get a vehicle like this. All these new cars coming out, they get more demand than vehicles already out. Look at any new vehicle coming out, whether it was the new 4Runner or the Ford Raptor R, the new body style Mustang, the Dark Horse, all these new cars, anything new. People want stuff that is new. Well, when you have a new Corvette variant, that is the most powerful variant, the fastest variant, the most expensive variant, and the highest performing variant, of course it's going to get the biggest amount of people wanting to get it right away. At the same time, there's a few benefits on our side. Since this is a specialty item, it's not as widespread, meaning you don't have the same amount of people going after it as you would have people trying to buy a new Chevrolet Silverado. The buyer segment, the audience brackets, they're totally different, right? Trucks that are affordable appeal to the widest range of people possible, same as a Tesla Model 3. Or anything affordable for a very broad use case that applies to anyone. Trucks, utilities, boom, that applies to everybody. A fuel-efficient vehicle, that really applies to a vast majority of Americans. When you look at a supercar, a 1,000 horsepower Corvette, when is 1,000 horsepower actually usable? Who is actually actively going out trying to buy a 1,000 horsepower car? You don't have near the amount of people. Plus, the same can be said for when it costs a lot of money. This is not going to be the same price tag of a C7 Z06 or a C7 ZR1. We're talking about the most expensive Corvette ever made, which means this is going to be pretty close to the price of a Lamborghini Huracan. Lamborghini Huracans are not very common vehicles. Yes, they're probably common to all of us who are involved in the car scene because we are going to events and locations where you see owners of these vehicles bring out their cars to attend. Yes, there's thousands of Lamborghinis, tens of thousands of Lamborghinis on the road. At the same time, there's millions of Corvettes, there's millions of Ford Mustangs, and there's even more trucks out there. Therefore, what I'm getting at here is the vast majority of people cannot go out and buy a new Lamborghini Huracan. They're expensive vehicles. We've reached a point where buyers of a Lamborghini Huracan can consider paying the same price by a Chevrolet Corvette, which begs for this video to be made because us buyers who want to get this new car, we need to try to dodge many bullets and walk a fine line in this swamp all around us filled with insane amounts of just scams and games all over the place. Already, when you go to buy a Chevrolet Corvette, dealers will likely tell you there's a markup, even though the markups have fully, I would suggest, subsided. You can buy a C8 Stingray used on Auto Trader. You can buy a new Corvette Stingray in the middle of the country for sticker price. The problem we're facing right now is that this new Corvette will likely cost similar to a Lamborghini Huracan, but that is not the start of it. Dealerships love to charge markups. When I was buying my Corvette Z06, I was documenting and showing with all of you guys the price of these markups. Dealers were routinely asking for $100,000 over sticker, sometimes even more. Same for a standard non-Z07 Z06. I was seeing on average $50,000 to $60,000 of a markup here in California at these dealerships. They're able to get away with this kind of stuff very early on because the demand is so high and people really buy into the fact that these vehicles are going to be rare, limited production cars. Meaning they can walk in and a salesman will tell them, "Hey Jim, thanks for stopping by again. I know you've been calling nonstop. We only have one Z06. We're only going to get one. It's a very rare vehicle. It's going to be a collector's edition car. You got to get it. Oh, but you know, we're going to have to ask the market value. The market value is going to be about 60 to 70,000 over sticker, depending on the spec that you're getting. I don't know. You get my point. And people, they do buy it. They do go forward with these deals, which is why I hope making this video will help many of you, not only with this new car. I'm just using this car as an example because it's a new car. We're very hyped about it. This can be applied to any vehicle, whether it's a new luxury SUV, a new luxury sedan, anything hot, like a new off-road pickup truck that has some demand. There's a lot to go over. Today, I really want to do that. This is what you need to watch out for when it comes to paying markups. I do believe you could find deals out there. When you look at the McMulkins and the other big Chevrolet dealerships, historically with the Z06 and Stingrays, they've charged MSRP. Dealerships out there, they do have the brand etiquette. You have to realize when you drive up to a Chevrolet dealership and you see that big Chevrolet logo, you're not actually at Chevrolet, the corporate company. You are at a dealership which has paid the money. They become a licensed actual distributors of that product. You're experiencing a licensed version of that, but the management from Chevrolet corporate is not the same as that dealership. Therefore, these dealers, depending on their management, they can look at their cars like they've got the Holy Grail. They've got diamonds or something that is way more than what Chevrolet is trying to project their cars to be, which means it opens the door to a primary market to become totally different from what manufacturers try to engineer and target their cars to be at for a price point. With Chevy, they wanted the Z06 to be a $110,000 vehicle. They wanted the Z06 maxed out to be, upwards of $160,000. With the Chevrolet dealerships that we were dealing with, they were charging $200,000, $250,000. I remember seeing some cars for $300,000. What I'm trying to say, guys, is that you won't believe the markups for the new Corvette ZR1. They're just out of this world. Briefly looking around with dealers charging $100,000 for the new Z06 coming out. Well, this new ZR1, I'm just trying to spread the warning right now. Be prepared to see crazy numbers. And just because they try to say you need to pay this markup doesn't mean you need to. You can keep looking around and keep fighting. Just look at any other vehicle coming out. My argument for not paying markups is this. The Z06 market was way up here. Now it's here. It's flatlined. When you buy these vehicles and own them and drive them, put miles on them, you're not going to be able to flip it. When you put thousands of miles on your car, it's just, you're not going to be able to get the $100,000 markup that you put into it out of it. I know people who have lost all the money they put into a markup, and I understand with people paying markups. I do, don't get me wrong, but what I'm using this video as, the main message, so just to summarize, the message I'm trying to share with all of you is this: when the greed is apparent, please don't fall for it. Try to go elsewhere and keep searching. I know this ZR1 will be harder to get than the Corvette Z06. That's why I am very intrigued about what it's going to look like in the future. I'm very intrigued by it. Will we see a Corvette Zora, an even more exclusive limited edition car? I don't know. As it stands now, Chevrolet has not stated if they're going to be numbering these Corvette ZR1s, which that would add to the exclusivity of the vehicles. As it stands now, they're just going to be produced in a similar way as of Corvette Z06s. I would suggest you do not deal with dealers that are founded in very highly populated cities with a lot of net worth. This could be San Francisco, this could be Los Angeles, this could be San Diego. These dealers know they have the richest clientele all around them and the highest volume of potential customers around the block, around the corner. When you go to buy elsewhere in cities that don't have such high net worth individuals, where the buyer audience is not as big for a performance car, so let's say in states where it's not very sunny most of the time, where you have winter months that last for 6 months long, in those states, I think you're going to find the best deals possible to get this new Corvette ZR1. But you got to start searching now, because when it came to buying the Z06, and I documented this with all you guys, the dealers were creating lottery systems, and these lottery systems actually were these crazy things where you walk in, you put $5,000 down, they put your name in a hat, and then they'll draw your name out, and the winner gets the allocation, but the winner also gets to pay $30,000 over sticker. It was like, oh my gosh, I remember all this with the Z06. Buckle up, get ready for it, call around now. Don't deal with the big dealers. Just try to use any connections you have to see if anyone wants to help you out to get a deal. I hope you understand. Please let me know, guys. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It really does help me out. And subscribe. Much for great content coming out your way. I'll see you in the next episode.